guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sonia here. If you're seeing me for the first time, I am a medical doctor. I live and I work in Abuja. And from the title of this vlog, I can tell that you already know what I am about to talk about. So guys, I am, how do I put it? So I recently just passed my PLAB 2 exams, and I always said to myself that once I pass these exams, I'm going to make a video about my experience, just so that other people that are coming up and want to take these exams too, they would have an idea. I remember when I started my own process, I went on YouTube and I was searching for people that have done the PLAB 2 exam, or people that have done these PLAB exams, just to know their experience and how it has been so far. So the PLAB exam, to obtain a GMC license, you need to write like 3 exams before you can gain this GMC license. First, you need to write an English exams and your PLAB 1, then your PLAB 2. For the English test, the GMC only recognizes IELTS and OET. You can either pass either one. So I'm going to start with my experience from the English part of the test. Okay, now for the English part, I feel like this was like the toughest part for me. It was really crazy. It was I never thought that this was going to be the part that was really going to hold me back. It was the English part, because I was like, I speak English, I write in English, everything I do, I listen, like I'm from an English speaking country, so why would English be the problem for me? So I thought I was just going to go in, breathe in and breathe out, but that wasn't really the case for me. I wrote IELTS like 4 times, I think 4 or 5 times that I wrote IELTS, and it was, after a while, it became really daunting to me. It was really traumatizing, because I was like, what was I doing wrong? The problem was with my writing. I was always getting a 6.0, 6.5, and the criteria is that you must get a 6.0 in every category, which is speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And overall you must get a 7.5, so which means that you must score maybe 8.5 in something in order for you to get that 7.5. You can't get 7.5, 7.0 in everything. Your overall will end up being 7.0. So it was really a struggle for me. I did tutorials, I was beginning to wonder what the problem was, because I felt like I was doing everything I was supposed to do. The Cambridge books, I finished all the Cambridge books. I practiced my listening, my writing. I did everything I was supposed to do. So I just knew that I was getting something wrong, and at some point I felt dumb. I felt dumb. I was like, I can't believe this, that even after finishing medical school, this English test is the one making me feel like this. So what I decided to do was I decided to leave IELTS and try OET, and I eventually passed. OET was what I passed. For somebody that did both, if I am to recommend which one, I would say do OET. Not because I passed OET, but I felt like OET was easier to prepare for, because it's occupational based. So you're doing, if you're a nurse and you're going to do your OET as a nurse, so the questions are going to be like nursing related. So I did for medicine, like doctors, so it was like medical doctor related. So reading all those passages, for the reading the passages wasn't really like boring, and even the writing part was like a referral letter, a discharge letter, all those things. And there are things that we normally do. You still have to practice, because there are some scopes to it that you need to know. Okay, so I also did, for the IELTS part, you know that there's writing and there's computer. I did both. I did the writing part and the computer part. And for anybody that is trying to do the computer part, if you're contemplating on which one, if you know how to type fast, I would recommend that you do the computer part, because it was really easy. Like, I was so happy. Like, well, I still didn't pass it but it was very easy for me. I was just clicking and moving. So it's anybody that's considering doing the computer IELTS, it's actually very good. So I passed my OET. I was really excited, because I was like, oh my god, finally this phase has gone by. I came on YouTube and I was or like looking for videos to see if it's just me that is having problem with IELTS. Are there other people too that are actually going through this phase? And I got to realize that a lot of people are actually finding this IELTS like it's crazy. Okay, there are people that go there and ace it once, and there are people that I saw somebody that wrote it like 10 times. You know, I was like, oh my god, like I was trying to underrate this exam, but it's not really like that. Okay, so why am I making this video? Because I also wanted to find out I'm not the only one struggling with this. There are other people that are struggling with this as well. You're gonna get it. Don't give up. Please keep trying. Okay, giving up was never an option for me. I didn't mind if I was gonna keep writing it. I knew that one day I was actually eventually going to get it right. So don't give up. Even if you don't get the score that you want, keep pushing. Open the book again, find out what you did wrong, get a tutor, and you will eventually make it, trust me. But if you have money, please just go for OET. Okay, all right, I know that OET is more expensive. So that's it. So just use me as your motivation. Okay, keep going at it. Do not give up. Giving up, it shouldn't be an option. You'll eventually get it. At the end of the day, I got it, and I was beginning to feel dumb. Don't feel dumb. You're not dumb. Okay, there's just something that you're not getting yet, and once you get it, it's gonna be a breeze, I promise. Let's talk about PLAB 1 now. So when I got my OET results, normally PLAB will tell you that they release like an announcement. Let's say on February 2nd, we are going to release exam dates for August 9th. Okay, so they give this information like 2 months before time, so that people will start writing their English exams and start registering with GMC, so that February that they want to release dates for, you would already have your English exams intact. So that's how they do it. So when I passed my OET, I passed the exam, and in my head I was gonna keep it till when they would announce that they are going to release dates on the 2nd, any day in March for any other day, like just like I just explained. So my results came out, and I just, after I finished registering, I put my English test. It was accepted by GMC. So something happened. I just said, you know, these dates are very hard to get. Even when they say they're going to release dates at this particular day or this particular time, if they say they're going to release dates by 10 a.m, if you go there by 10:05, you will not see dates anymore. People have taken it. That's how the dates are, like, they're very hard to come by. So I was already preparing myself that I was going to be on that website by that day when they are going to release, to pay immediately. But something happened, something different happened, and I stay in Abuja, right? And I know people that if they can't find dates for Nigeria, they have to go to the United Kingdom, they have to go to Dubai, they have to go to Ghana to go and take the exams, because that's the only place they could find available dates. So when I registered with when I opened and I got my GMC number, they were like, okay, book your PLAB 1 date. I just opened it casually. I was scrolling down and I saw a PLAB 1 date for August in Abuja, in my city. I was like, oh, wait, what? I called my friends immediately, like, there's a date. And they were like, Sonia, you need to lock that down. I was like, immediately. I think that was in like December. So I just locked the dates down. Like, I paid for it immediately. I didn't even want to wait. So that was just like God. I feel like God was like, this girl has really suffered. Let's just make this a breezy process for her. So I locked that down. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, what's this? What's going on? I just paid for my PLAB 1. I was really excited. I'm not even going to lie. I was really excited. So when I paid for the exam, so now it's to start preparing for the exams, right? So I knew that English had messed me up and wasted my time. So I wasn't going to allow the medical part of it to do the same thing to me. So what I did was I started preparing immediately. Okay, so I'll say my exam was in August, but I started preparing actively like February. Okay, so the study materials I used was only PLAB. That was all I used. Now there are also PLAB keys there. I did go to PLAB Keys sometimes just to look for when I was having doubts with some things. I did use PLAB Keys, but my primary study material was Plabable. That's all I used. So for the first time I did Plabable twice. I paid for Plabable the first time, and then I had to reset my account, and I paid for it again the second time. The first time I paid for Plabable, I didn't pay for germs, so I was just going through the questions category by category, category by category. Okay, so I was just following them like that. So the second time, a friend of mine told me to pay for Plabable, for germs, that it will really help. So the second time I paid for Plabable. Now let me tell you how I was studying. Let's take, for instance, today I want to do cardiology. I would go and read the germs on cardiology, then I would go and start answering the questions on cardiology, right? When you're answering the questions, let's take, for instance, you get an answer correct. Don't just move because yes, you got the answer correct. Read the question, read the answer. Even if it's correct, read the answer. Also read the wrong options, okay? Because you can go to the exam and you get a question that the answer is one of those wrong options. So read the correct ones, read the wrong ones, find out why the wrong ones were wrong and then the right ones were right. Because in the exam, it might not come to you like that. So you have to be able to say, oh, I saw a question like this where they say, don't do this, don't do this. If you see this, so it will help you in the exam, okay? All right, so that's how I prepared the second time. And the first mock I did, I did a mock before I started. After I had gone through some categories, I scored like a 50-something%. I was like, that's fine, okay, this is my first mock. I'm not expecting to score like 100, but moving forward I need to see improvement. Then I did the second mock. I had like a 68 or 67. I was actually very happy because I was like, okay, this is improvement. It means that we are getting better. Then I didn't do any mock again. I focused on reading. I was reading the material inside out. Like if you wake me at any point in time and ask me any question, I should be able to say something about it, okay? So I was going through all my gems. I read my gems over and over again. Then I finished everything. Then the third mark that I did, I had like an 81%. So I went from 60 to 81%. You can see, so germs really did that for me. It really gave me a whole lot of knowledge, okay? And it helped to simplify how to find answers, how to know the right answers. Like it's really gems, not germs, gems. Okay, so after that I was now doing mocks. After I had read Plabable, I had done Plabable like twice. I now if you're able to finish your mocks, it means that you have done Plabable 3 times, okay? So I did up to, I think, 20 mocks. I was able to do up to 20 mocks. After your mocks, it is important that you read everything. Don't just focus on the ones that you got right. Start from number 1 to 180. Read everything. Like, find out why the answer that you picked was correct and why it was wrong. Read, there are explanations down after you have picked your answer. Read the explanations, read everything, the right one, the correct ones. So that was what I did. I would just spend, like, today I'm doing mock. I would do my mock and then I would finish and start reading everything, okay? And as I was progressing, there was a time I scored 89 in one mock. I was jumping the whole house. I was like, oh my god, I just got 89 in my mock. It just shows that you're getting better. There are some mocks that you will do, you will score less than, let's say there was a mock I did, I scored 77 after I had scored 80 something. It happens. Don't allow that to beat you. Just keep going, keep reading, put in the time, put in the work. The results will eventually show by the grace of God, okay? So that was how I prepared for myself. A day before my exam tension, you'll be nervous, oh my god, I don't know what to expect, what's gonna be there. And the mocks help you know how to manage your time, so that if I get to my 80th question, I should have used 1 hour to finish 80 questions, so that if in the examination day let's say 1 hour has gone and you're already in 60 questions, you know that something is wrong. You need to speed up. Because when I was practicing, I was using 80 questions should be at 1 hour. In my exam day, I was at 60 questions in 1 hour. I was panicking. I was like, oh my god, I'm too slow. I'm taking. So when I saw the time, I had to speed up my process, my answering. So I finished my exam like 30 minutes before they told us to stop writing. So I was still able to meet up to time. So yeah, that's about PLAB 1. So that was what all I used. People use PLAB keys, they use PLABable, they have so many materials. I think PLABable is enough for you to practice. All right, so now let's move to PLAB 2. PLAB 2, PLAB 2 was difficult for me to prepare for. I'm not even going to lie, because PLAB 2, for PLAB 1, I could easily study by myself. I had a structure. I wake up by 4 a.m. I was okay. I forgot to mention this. For my PLAB 1, in a day, I was trying to answer like 70 questions. It sounds small, but it's very difficult to finish 70 questions in a day, especially when you are reading in between the lines, honestly speaking. So what I did was I wake up by 4 a.m. So I do 20 questions in the morning before I start getting ready for work. Then during the day at work, and where I work is like a very busy hospital, so I try to answer some questions, but it's a whole lot of distractions with patients and the rest. So when I come back home, regardless of what happens, I must finish 70 questions before I go to bed. It was like, so after a while, I started getting, there was the speed started coming, so I could even do 100 questions in a day. Especially when I was going through my PLABable the second time, I was able to do like 100 questions in a day, right? So let's talk about PLAB 2 now. PLAB 2 for me was actually really challenging because you cannot prepare for PLAB 2 alone. You need to prepare with people. That's it. You need to join groups, you need to present, you need to simulate. And me, I know how to study alone because I don't want to slow anybody down. I don't want anybody to slow me down. But you can't do that with PLAB 2. You need to join groups. Okay, so now I would advise, don't join too many groups. It will get you distracted. Don't do that. Just find 1 or 2 groups. Okay, you should have a small group and also a big group. The group that you join is very important. Okay, is it a positive group? Is it just a group that everybody that come and show how they are very brilliant? Or is it a group that when they are correcting you because they want you to know this stuff and pass this stuff, not that anybody is trying to come and show themselves there? You get? So the group that you join is very, very important. Are they serious? What time do they come for class? How long do you post study? Is it productive? All these kind of things, you should actually put it into consideration. Okay, so at first I wasn't presenting. When I started, I only listened. So I spent like 1 month just listening. I wasn't presenting. Okay, so from hearing people, I already knew the structure of the exam. I was beginning to understand what the exam was like, what it's supposed to be like. So I was like, okay, this is the whole structure. Okay, I also went to Google, read some things about the exam on Google. I was like, okay, so we have 16 stations, 18 stations, 2 red stations. Okay, there are ethical questions, there are medical questions. I was reading all of these things online. I was like, oh, okay. All right, for tutorial, I didn't do any tutorial because the tutorials were really expensive. Okay, so but there's a tutor, there's a medical doctor that does crash courses, a 4-day crash course. I paid for his 4-day crash course, and that gave me a very good idea on how the exam works. He also has some free classes on Mondays and Friday evenings, so I also joined his classes. Then after a while, I started presenting, and I noticed that immediately I started presenting, I started getting better. So I would advise people that prepare for this PLAB to please present. It might sound stupid, but please present. Even if you don't know your management, present. Once they correct you, the next time you're presenting that case again, it will be better. You'll notice that, oh, they've corrected me about this thing before. You would say it better. And the study material I used was Moshobi. There are a lot of study materials out there. Like at first it was confusing, like this one, that one. So somebody recommended Moshobi, so I did my Moshobi 1, 2, and 3. I read everything. the first to the, like, all the books, those pages are a lot. So I read everything. I read 1, 2, and 3. 2 months to my exams, I stopped going to work. I took 2 months off from my hospital, just so that I would stay at home and focus on this exam, because you and I know that this exams is not cheap. When I did my cumulative of how much I spent, I think it was entering like 7 million. That was inclusive of the license, everything. It's like almost entering like 7 million thereabouts. So this is not an exam you want to fail. So I used Moshobi 1, 2, 3, studied everything, read everything, practice. You cannot study alone without practicing. You need to practice, okay? It's important. Take correction. Some people have done this exam before. They can give you some tips here and there, but again, yeah, okay. So just to sign out from here, I looked for videos like this that would motivate me and tell me that you can do this exam. So you can do it. Just put in your own work. You need to put in the work. It's not easy for you to just do like this and then you want to just go and pass this exam. Like, this is another country. They are being very careful at the people that they want to come and practice in their country. So you actually need to put in the work, so that even if anything goes bad, you know that you played your part, okay? And you will not blame yourself for anything. So I'm going to end this vlog here. For anybody that is preparing, or people that have already done this exam and it didn't go well for you, please do not give up. Try again. Keep pushing. Find out the areas that you were weak, and then do it again. And I can assure you that God sees your efforts and he's going to bless you and you're going to pass these exams. So I'm signing out here, and I wish everybody all the best. For us that are about to enter into the job seeking phase, hey, God, I beg. God, I beg. God will help us, and we are going to be able to get good placements, good jobs, and we'll start practicing. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.